Hey everybody, Bloodlust Knight back here again with another gaming video for you. This time a different game than my usual ones. And yes, I'm pretty sure many of you have already figured out right now and are probably tired of the chain because they went heavy on trying to get people into this. Raid Shadow Legends. Now, why am I doing a Raid Shadow Legends video on this one? Well, I figure I might as well just try and do some videos on this. It's been the one game that I have been able to play a lot lately, more than most of the others that you've seen me with my videos, such as tanks and ships. A lot more than that because, well, my work schedule is... I mean, for one, shift work keeps a routine just out the door. It's non-existent for you. Very hard to keep a routine going while doing that, and not to mention that right now, I am on another, this is the second time, of an 11-day stretch. So everything about it has just been very crazy. Unable to stay at home, not able to be efficient enough to just stay and play other games and find more content on those games such as tanks and ships. So what have I been doing lately? Well, since I've been gone for a long time, I'm still doing all my duties and still doing training, but I need a brain break. But I'm stuck at work and I do 9-hour shifts. So what's the one thing I'm doing? Well, I got my phone. Raid Shadow Legends. I got another one on there too. But that's what I do. I do that just to pass the time to get a brain break while at work because, yeah, I'm never home. So that's why I figured I decided to go right ahead and do Raid Shadow Legends and explain more about it, about how long I've been playing in this game and where I'm at now. So, and the first half of this year, I wasn't even touching this. I wasn't. So near the end of last year, of course, we know of another mobile game, Watcher of Realms, came out and I finally tried it and was getting interesting of it. I was progressing, having a nice time, whereas Raid Shadow Legends, I was hitting a wall. My head smacked in the wall and I kept smacking that wall with my forehead the entire time for months at a time. I was not making progressions. I was getting frustrated, especially with the champions I have. And I was like, okay, nothing was working. Even the team I was setting up, especially for Clan Boss, which was the final straw that made me stop, was Clan Boss. For instance, I'll show you. I have double man-eaters. And I had fine-tuned them, done everything I can to get them specifically tuned for Clan Boss to try and make it survive 50 turns while having 3 massive DPS, such as Rathalos Blade Master, Ninja, and my third one was going to be Errol at the time, just to do massive damage to go right at them and go to town, or in this case, Errol or Stag Knight, so Stag Knight would be the debuffer. Even with the 2 man-eaters, I could not do it and was frustrated. I've done everything I can to fine-tune them, get their masteries in check, which you may say some of this is wrong. I built up their masteries of what was needed and what was required from everything and all the guys I was looking at. I could not do it. I could not get double man-eater to work, and it frustrated me beyond point. So I stopped playing this for 6 months. Yeah, and I just went over to Watcher of Realms because, well, I was progressing. It piqued my interest, and I kept going and going and going. And I just basically stopped coming on here. Finally, just a couple months ago, I got back on. Was like, yeah, let me touch this again. It's been a long time, and all these things keep popping up because I still watched the content from the content creators on this. So got on, and then they gave me a revival path. I was gone that long. So when I got the revival path, I was like, all right, I'll do it. Because everyone knows at the end of the revival path, it's Elva Autumnborn. And I'm like, yeah, sure. A free legend. Well, not really free. You have to upgrade the pass, but I'm like, I get a legendary at the end? Including a legendary from a faction where I have no legendaries in? Sure. Especially how good she is? Yes. Not mastered all the way yet. At least nothing. But a legendary for Sylvan Watchers nonetheless. So I was like, okay, so that got me to stay in and do a little bit more. And I just... So that was the start of me coming back. And what was nice about being gone for 6 months is take a break, step back. What am I doing wrong? Look at who I had. What do I need to do to advance? And watching other contents, including other things, including a video popped up from one content creator I watched. Shout out to Hell Hades. Thank you, man. You really got me back into this. My wallet, however, does not like you. But you really got me back into this game, and it reinvigorated me to push to try and strive on what I was doing wrong. So I got back before Shayek, before the Packmaster himself event started. So yeah, it was that time. But I went and pursued Packmaster Shayek because I loved his kit, I loved his utility, what he does, and it's a good thing I did because he's helped me with Hydra. Because I also looked and goes, I love the kit, but do I really need anything? And they said, yes, he's really good for Hydra, especially the lower grade Hydra. Got him. And I've had Fellhound for a long time, and he's 6-star fully awakened now. So there I was, and I am almost able to destroy normal Hydra by myself in a small clan. So just progressions like that, advancing in other areas of the game. And then what did I do with Clan Boss? Well, again, I was frustrated because I couldn't get the double man-eater team to work. I couldn't one-key Brutal. I could not do it. That's the frustrating part, and I was trying to figure out, okay, since that's not working, let's ditch that method entirely. And then what do I do? And again, Hell Hades. He got, for one of the videos I saw of how he did it with one of his free-to-play accounts, he was doing Nightmare. And he was just about ready to do Ultra Nightmare. And the strategy he said to come up with is you definitely want to try and do survivability, which is why the aspect of the double man-eater was the strongest. Being unkillable until turn 50, where he just ignores it, was a great concept idea and make it easy to do. But now seeing with who I had, I looked at the stock of what champions I had. Let's not do the man-eaters. Let's just keep them out. Who do I have to help with this? I've already had good poison damage dealers, good damage boss killers already. So I was like, okay, survivability. I got a bunch of revivers. But who do I have as a tank to defend the team to absorb damage? And I did have a champion. It was Kira. So I had Kira. I've had Kira for a long time, since they put her on that path for Lady Mikage. And I finally did get Lady Mikage. So I was like, okay, I do Kira, I do my poison damage dealers with Godseeker and Neri, and I was just like, okay, let's try and do this. And it worked. I needed Bad Alcazar, but it worked. And I finally got it up to, well, I one-keyed Brutal. And then I'm like, okay, since I one-key Brutal, I'm going up to Nightmare now. And I was now doing 2-key on Nightmares, which I just recently had to do. I had a 2-key Nightmare this time. Now, another cool thing is where I'm at now is because of this team. Since I finally got Lady Mikage, I threw Ninja back in. I was not using Ninja. I was using a bunch of poison dealers, a Kemptum and Venomage. But since I got Ninja in, well, I can't show you now. I one-keyed Nightmare literally the other day. One-keyed it. Over 40 million damage. Now, is it guaranteed? No. It's RNG, but it's at that point where it's on the threshold where RNG will make it to where you either passed or you didn't. So if I get the 1-key, that's nice. If not, just 2-key it. I'll still get the max 1. And that made me happy, knowing that I can do Nightmare and get the final chest to have a chance to do this. And I did pull several Sacreds out of it, and I was like, yes, I am content. I am happy at that part now. We're not able to do Ultra Nightmare yet because, again, my clan is very small. There's only 4 of us active. That's the problem with it. It's a good old friends clan. That's why I'm not leaving it. But there's only 4 of us active. But I stick to it. And then when I got Demon Lord up, I went, okay, what am I going to do everything else? I'm like, I'm doing Hydra wrong. And then I finally figured out the key how to beat Hydra, and it accelerated to where I was now getting the final chest. I was now getting Warrior chest and getting Mithrala tokens. So I was like, cool, now I can do this every week to get Mithrala tokens. Now I'm progressing there. I have progressed so well, and going back to Packmaster Shayek, him with Fellhound and 3 other champions, with the exception of 1 spot, I almost completely can go full auto and almost destroy normal myself with 1 team. So I went, so close. I get over 50% done with the first team with Packmaster and a few other champions. So I went, okay, now I need to figure out 2 other teams that can utilize that and last as long to just wipe this out so that my clan, the 4 of us, can try and do hard mode. If I can get us to do this in one key it, that's definitely going to help the 4 of us to get Mithrala much faster, more gear, protection, stone skin, all that, just to help us. I've been like the one guy who's just been accelerating on here by myself, and it's very hard. But yeah, Hydra got it up, so I was happy with that. Arena, I've been at gold. I stayed at gold. That one I almost got silver, but this one's insane. This one is insane, and what they really need to do with Tag Arena, that's be another video. There's a few changes. The one change I would recommend, get rid of the player limitations. That's what I do. Get rid of the player limitations, because now that the players are limited, when you get all the way up here and you only have that much in gold, and yet that's now one of the badge objectives, it's basically Kraken's up here. That's what I would suggest, is get rid of the player limitations. That way you're not just going up and facing nothing but very powerful teams. And then change the Bazaar. Put more stuff in here, or get rid of the tier restrictions for that matter. I mean, that's ridiculous. But that'll be another video. So yeah, my reinvigoration, thanks to Hell Hades. Yeah, shout out to you, man. I know you probably get that a lot from a bunch of people, and I'm just someone here just doing this new. But you got me back into this, man. You helped me, reinvigorated me to get through. I advanced everywhere else. All Doom Tower normal is done. I am now trying to progress hard, which right now I can't. He is wrecking me. Especially the one champion I'm using to get him down is not maxed out yet. And this is wrecking me. This is heavily wrecking me. I was like, but you got 6-star champions. I'm like, I do have 6-star attacks, one of them being my strongest, which is Errol. And Teox. I'm like, yes, I'm doing it. They're wrecking my face. So I'm like, okay, let's just take a step back and figure out what to do here. But that's about it for this time. Waiting for it to reset. Because, like, I can get up here in one of the Doom Tower rotations, which was Ice Spider, I got up here. But I could not pass that. So it's a very slow progression. It's my next goal right now after Faction Crypts. But a very slow progression to try and get through this. I can do the floors. It takes a while. Just to get up and see what I can do to finally start farming the legendary Doom Tower bosses. For normal, as I said, they're all done. This was the last one. I finished it. And I'm now on Dark Kale. So that's a nice progression. Cursed City is a good progression. I can do Soul Cross, or not Soul Cross, Dead Rise and Plagueholm. So I can do those 2 fully. Cobble Market's too easy. And that's nice. And just about now getting ready to try and do Soul Cross. The only issue is that some of these I have no choice but to skip, such as Hard Ice Golem. I beat him last time. I finally did this one. This was tough, but I did it. And I cleared out all of this. And it's dependent on what champions I have set up for him, depending on which faction it is during the rotation. So that's also dependent, and it's close to where I can just do it no matter what. And then once I get this, I'll try and do Soul Cross, and if I can complete Soul Cross, try Amius. Because like I said, I got the 3 keys here. I went to Amius, and Amius basically just smacked me in another dimension saying I'm not prepared. I really was not. He just, I didn't even get a chance to turn. He annihilated my team. I was like, okay. So that's the progression going on. We can't do Siege because, again, we're so small. There's only 4 of us, so we can't do Siege. But the biggest key, campaign's fully done, 3 stars. I got hard mode dungeons unlocked, and my biggest goal that I said earlier right now that I'm working on is Faction Wars. I am on the last stages to finally get Lydia. I got 5 factions left. Knights Revenant, Skinwalker, Demon Spawn, Orc, and Sylvan Watchers. Everything else I have finished, and I have been enjoying doing this. This really piqued my reinvigoration of staying on here. This, I loved the fact of the... See, many people may not like this of the limitations they have, especially when other accounts, or to see the content creators that have this done because they have all the champions, or other people have the champions that can just smoke through this. For instance, I'll point out Demon Spawn, why that's my lowest. There's only 2 revivers in all of Demon Spawn, and they're very hard to pull. One's an epic, the other's a legendary that everyone wants. And I've tried multiple times for her, and I could not get her. Unless if I was a whale, which I'm not. If I get either of them, especially Duchess, I would complete Demon Spawn. Duchess is just way too strong. Because I would fine-tune her for Arena. So... But other than that, it's just like, okay, what else am I doing here that I'm being heavily restricted on? Still tough. I have a healer. There's barely any healers in this one, too. So it's really hard for Demon Spawn. But the others, Knight's Revenant, I'm struggling doing damage. Skinwalker's is survivability. Orc is damage right now. Because I need to do more damage. Because there's not enough survivability. However, that may change with who I just got maxed out. So I'll see how this is tonight, if I can get it done. Because that's in the last 2 stages. And then with, like, these, Barbarian was because of CC. I got Yakarl the Scourge. And... yeah, he just helped me finish the rest of it. He's like, yeah, they're all going to be frozen. Just blow through this. You don't have no more problems. Like, okay. And thankfully, everyone can get Yakarl the Scourge. But everywhere else, that was a fun challenge with Faction Wars. I'm not going to get into it. I'll explain it in a different video. But this was, especially Shadowkin was real fun coming up with the right teams for it. I had to switch the teams like 4 times. Shadowkin, and it wasn't like all the teams were disappointed. It was just like the difficulty of getting it to work. So that was fun. These were too easy because of who I had. And this one, I was happy I finally passed Elfcraft High Elf. So I was like, I was not expecting that. And as I said, with people getting frustrated with the champions not having Dark Elf, is the one where I have, other than Bannerlords, Dark Elf is the one where I have the most legendaries, and I still had trouble getting through it. So this will be another video of me explaining of how I've been progressing these and how I've been enjoying it, but this was the fun part, and knowing that I'm actually really close now to Lydia. To finally have her is a huge boon, because she's so powerful, especially in a lot of content. But yeah, that's what I'm going through, what I'm explaining about how I've been doing with Raid Shadow Legends, and yes, it is the one game I've been playing the most, because I just don't have the time to myself to be here and do more video content. I also stream on Twitch, but I stream other games. I don't stream Raid. Many of you know me here, you're seeing me for my World of Tanks or my World of Warships video, which again, I have been having a hard time to get any content going out for it. So, but I figured I might as well do this one because I've been playing a lot of this one as well. And figured, why not just go through and my opinions and stuff and who are my favorite champions, how I've been progressing a few things just to get it out there. I'm not looking to be a CC. I'm not. I'm constantly at work. I don't have time for that. But I just want to do it because, you know, my channel's anything gaming. I'm not specific to one content. And I just want to make these. That's all. I'm not looking to be big. I got a career. That's why I don't want to... I'm not pursuing this to be big. But yeah. So I figured I'd just show this about... This is what I've been doing. This is how I've been progressing. I opened all my souls. Cavern's going great. All this is maxed out. I'm halfway done with Thor. Because like I said, I have 2 of them now. But now I got to get the next fragments for her. As you see, I don't have them. With now Fire Knight up. And I'm almost done. That's another thing, is trying to get them efficient to make this easier, but Fire Knight's still a pain. But I've been able to do Fire Knight. I got this one done. I finally got an efficient team to farm 6 stars. Woohoo! Not maxed out, but efficient to get this done. Yeah. So I just been having fun with that. And this one's done, so now I gotta save up my credits for that tonight. And Summon Rush tonight. It's going great. Going great. So yeah, let me know down in the comments below if you are also playing this game, which I'm sure many of you have at least tried it. If you're wanting to at least get back into or continue it, mention it down in the comments if you're interested in it, and just go, and I'll just point you to the other CCs because they're the ones that have much more content than I do on this. This is my first one on it. But yeah, definitely give it a go, and if I just want to put in my side of how I'm progressing, and hopefully it reinvigorates you as it did me. Again, thank you, Hell Hades, for reinvigorating me and staying in here. However, again, my wallet is not happy with you. So give this video a thumbs up if you like it, thumbs down if you hate it. And do hit that subscribe for when you find more content like this, because again, my routine is out the door. There is none. There is no routine with this work schedule that I've been having. So with that, thank you all so much for being here. Thank you for watching. Stay safe, and I hope to see you next time.